Good morning, Hawaii. Good afternoon, New York City. And good evening to those of you in Europe and Asia. Welcome. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing on this Monday? How was your weekend? How was your OOTP weekend? Success, failure, somewhere in between. What a week. What a week this is going to be. Man, we haven't seen a week like this in OOTP since probably way back in April, with so much excitement, so much hype, so much to look forward to in the next week. Not only that, but hey, spring. Tomorrow is, I believe, the first official day of spring. So we got spring coming. Politically and economically, that's what it is. Things going on with banks and politics and all that. This isn't the place for that. We're here to celebrate the release of OOTP. So welcome everyone to stream episode number 78. Yes, episode number 78. And today I'm going to call this one the Oklahoma Shuffle. The Oklahoma Shuffle, because last week we had one episode dedicated to one of our subscribers, and then I only streamed twice last week, so I didn't really get enough time to cover the area of this subscriber. So we're going to do a little bit of that. We're going to shuffle a little bit to early this week and finish off our talk about Oklahoma, a place I've never been to, a place I'd like to go to now that I know a little bit more about it. And again, as a Canadian, I don't know my U.S. geography that well. Now I do. I know Oklahoma is just kind of northeast of Texas a little bit. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Yes, it is episode number 78 as we shuffle between OOTP23 and OOTP24. So yeah, how was your week in OOTP23? Gorgo says you won your first trophy on the main account in your gold season. Wow. That's, we play this game since April, and sometimes when you come across that first victory in gold or even in stone or bronze, whatever league you might be in, every league trophy is a good trophy. It's not like, it's only stone or it's only rookie. I value every single trophy that I get because I know the competition is tough. You're in with 30, 32 teams, and to come out on top of any league is quite an accomplishment. So congratulations there, Gorgo, for taking home the gold trophy. And we'll talk about my teams a little bit later. And tomorrow's episode is kind of more focusing on where I am this week. So today we'll look at a little bit of theme team stuff. Of course, theme team 23 is winding down. I believe EVC said this is the last week that he's going to put the friends list out for theme teams for 23. Not that you have to stop playing it. You can still self-coordinate and keep people on your friend list that have the TTC at the end of their name. But again, we're going to leave a lot of that to EVC, who should be coming up after me today. So congratulations to those of you that have done well this week. Wildcat Bandit, good to see you here. You have 2 of your 3 teams in Diamond. Yes, I've been there. In fact, 1 week I had all 3. I've got 3 teams. 1 week, all 3 were in the same Diamond League, which wasn't a lot of fun when all 3 are in the same league. Good to see you, Heath DG. Pulled a DeGroom on your theme team account. Well, maybe you just have to name the team your theme team now. Maybe you got to find some sort of weird anomaly where Jacob DeGroom is a space cadet. Maybe. That is a valuable card. A lot of people are looking for that DeGroom card. One of the best pitchers in the league. And now we're in the same division. Oh, okay. Well, I'll definitely be focusing on that a little bit tomorrow and see how we're doing. You'll have to let me know, Gorgo, if we match up today, if we have any games against each other today, because I can definitely switch to that if we have some games coming up in the next hour or so. And the DeGrom, that's right. You told me on Discord that DeGrom sold already. Fanatic, good to see you back. And now he's in PEL beating up your main team. DeGrom? Did it work out that way, that the DeGrom you sold is now up against you, a rival? That's why sports teams don't trade within their division or within, their own conference sometimes, because they don't want the player to come back and bite them in the butt. So welcome again, guys, to episode number 78, the Oklahoma Shuffle. We've got 25 Americans. We've got one from the UK. We've got Canadians. We've got a couple Europeans. So again, hope you had a wonderful weekend. Again, what a great week we have coming up. If you're new to the stream, I am Laptop Hound. That's why you see all the little dog emotes, that people post, because yeah, I'm a dog lover. I have a couple German Shepherds, a Bernese, a Golden Retriever, probably my favorite breed of dog, hence why I use the Golden Retriever a lot in my symbols on my channel. And yeah, if you are a follower, there's certain emotes you get access to. But yeah, Laptop Hound is kind of a name I've had probably for 20 years now. Way back in my teaching career when I used to teach technology and computers, and I would go and I would hand out laptops to kids or collect them from kids, and kids started calling me, you're a hound, Mr. R, you're a hound, and Laptop Hound, you keep taking our laptops. And so that name kind of stuck, and it's been kind of part of my identity, online identity, for over 20 years now. So there you go, a little tidbit about how I came up with Laptop Hound. Kind of goes together too. Thank you all again to those of you that are subscribing and following the channel. Over 600 of you now. I started up at the end of September, and I couldn't imagine that, less than a year into my streaming, I'd have over 600 followers. So thank you again to the subs, to the followers. And yeah, hopefully as I build the stream and channel, I can add more emotes and more fun little activity for you guys. Speaking of little fun activities, Discord is now open. Yeah, I took the plunge, and with the help of Heath and those of you that have, kind of beta tested my Discord out a little bit, it is now up and running. So there is the invite to the Discord if you want to join it. Again, just a little tiny Laptop Hound community there where we share different screenshots and strategies, and we can even play other games within the Discord community as well. So feel free to join that. I think we got a handful of people there, and again, I'm not a tech expert on a lot of social media sites, so I gave the reins to Heath. He set it up for me. I went in and made a few little additions, but without him, that Discord channel would not be up and running. So thanks again to Heath DG, and congratulations to your promotion to Perfect League. Well, guys, as I said, an exciting week coming up. Tonight, we have the big show that many of us have been waiting for, that love to play Perfect Team. We have Dish, the hype man, Paul Sporer, on for their reveal stream tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Set your alarm clocks. You want to be there for this. I'm not sure if there's going to be drops. I don't know if they're going to give OOTP23 drops, or if there's going to be just nothing, because it's OOTP24 content. So I'm not promising any drops, but what you will get is a drop of a lot of information about this year's version of the game. And we'll get more to that a little bit later. And then on Thursday, they are back again for the first content reveal. So during the beta week, which starts tomorrow, if you pre-ordered it, you will be able to access the beta version, which again is not the final version. It can be completely different. Any cards that you use, packs that you open, gameplay that you have, that'll be wiped on Friday. So you won't get, to use the cards that you might get during beta play. Just a fair warning for those of you that don't know how beta programming works. All right, let me check the Invite was invalid and going nowhere. Okay, well, Heath, if you're in the chat here and you want to put the link to that, there you go. Thank you so much, Heath. So there is the link. Not sure why that one wasn't working, but the one that Heath posted up should work now. All right, guys, it is Monday, and you know what Monday means? Well, every Laptop Hound stream means it is tournament time. So let me remove the image there, and we'll go back to my game. There we go. Collecting packs along the way. And I don't know, guys. I know I've been asked in DMs how long OOTP23 drops will take place. I don't know. We don't have that information as affiliates. It could be this week till the end of this week. It could be another week after that. It all depends when they have OOTP24 drops ready to go. I doubt we'll see OOTP24 drops this week, simply because the game releases Friday, and you know the way they program them into Twitch, it might be kind of on a week-by-week basis. I'm not sure, but I assume we'll get OOTP23 drops the rest of this week, and then maybe, hopefully, maybe next week we'll see the OOTP24. Excellent. So the new link worked there. I will update my Nightbot to fix that. Thanks again, Heath, for posting that. All right, guys, we are going to enter in tournament number 466. ID 466. It is free. You don't have to own the cards to be part of the tournament. However, if you happen to win this tournament, you will get yourself 5 standard packs that should show up in your account, 24 to 48 hours after the tournament is done. So you'll get the kind of the 600 points from OOTP, and then you'll get packs that OOTP has generously allowed me to give out during these tournaments. So go get involved in that. ID 466, and as IBDB has done, please put that you have entered and put your team name, because if a random person kind of gets involved, they don't win the packs. They have to be part of the stream here, and I have to have it record that you are part of this tournament. Gorgo, 2 p.m. is our first meeting. Flames versus the Blue Jays. So in just over a half hour. All right. Well, we are going to go check that out. I've been in Gorgo's league once this season, and I had a fun time. I even streamed one of the games that we had against each other. So I'm excited to see that an affiliate streamer is part of the league this week. So we got the Sleepy Hollow Horseman in. Monterre Don, good to see you this afternoon. Monterre Don is in. Cubs fan Steve, always tough competition with his Platinum Bunters are in. So we have 8 teams so far. And yeah, let's draft. Not that you guys will help me out. So this is a double. So you should get 2 perfect cards, I believe. Oh, Heath, should I even bother drafting right now? Holy smokes. Cubs fan Steve got Billy Williams and Tommy Bond. And then Heath just goes, yeah, I just picked up a Hornsby and Cobb. Fantastic. All right, well, hopefully I'll get some elite pitchers then if I match up against you. Another Hornsby. All right, so Hornsby's going around. Monterre Don with Pedro and Ted Williams. Those are 2 good cards. Cubs fan Steve is, that's it. Well, Cubs fan Steve, look at my screen. Yours is better than my screen. Is this round 1? Seriously, this is round 1? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Mr. E with his Eddie Collins. Oh. Well, I'm going to take a catcher because when you have 2 live players and Jose Ramirez, I don't want. So I guess it's going to be Mr. Cone, former Blue Jay great. I believe he was part of at least one of the World Series teams. Oh, Wildcat Bandit, fantastic. Pulling a Delahanty and a Collins. Much better than my Cone and Cochran. At least I've got alliteration. I pulled the Cone and Cochran. Sounds like you might have to make an appointment with a medical personnel. I pulled a Cone and a Cochran. That I don't know where that is. It's probably, in the knee joint somewhere. Okay, well, hey. With my alliteration, I got a Cone and a Cochran, and now I got a double Jack. Yeah, I'm going with Jack and Jack. Fantastic. I probably should take Noodles Han, but I've already got Cone, so Jack and Jack. Well, hey, if you guys are going to have all these Hornsbys, I'm going to take a Hornsby too. He's only rated 5 lower. How bad can he be? And I guess it's time to take a pitcher. I guess Mission Edition Lincecum isn't the greatest. Not at this stage in the game. So let's go for a closer. Let's go and take John Hiller. So in case I face a Cobb somewhere late in the game, I've got some heat. Lap's got some heat coming in. If you are just joining, we are in a free Perfect Draft Tournament. This is Perfect Draft Tournament 466, ID 466. So if you navigate to your tournament screen, click on Perfect Drafts, and it's a quick one right at the top. 16 teams, ID 466. If you get entered into it, make sure you put your name in the chat and the team name that you're using, just so I know who to get the packs to. Can someone update me how full is that tournament if you finished drafting already? Last I checked, we had 8 out of 16. Wow, 4 or 5 of you guys have Hornsbys. Impressive. And Gorgo, hey, Gorgo, good to see you in. I'm sure there'll be a few Cincinnati Reds. Maybe you got a Votto right off the bat. All right, so next up, what do I need? I need a good center fielder. Bill North. And I think this is modern day settings, if I'm correct. So got to keep that in mind. Third baseman, center fielder, and pitching. Well, I hate to take 2 stoppers right off the bat, but I think we're going to do that. Ooh, look at that power by Frank Howard. That is a must. So between Jack Clark's power and Frank Howard's power, Bill Norris defense, let's check that range. 92 for a gold card? Yes, I will take it. Okay. Last gold round. What do we need? We need a third baseman, DH, pitching. Ooh, I like this Cal McVee card. He always does well for me in any tournament. Gonna take him. Plays in lots of different positions. Monte Irving, Turk Farrell. Okay, Zach Greinke. Gotta take Greinke. Okay, next. So pretty much got a full lineup here except for third baseman and DH. Greenberg. Right, Greenberg and his 91. Oh no, Hack Wilson. You're my DH. Hack Wilson for sure. Hey, I hope you guys have pitching. I really hope you have strong pitching because between Hack Wilson and Frank Howard and Jack Clark, we got some power coming after you. Next up, Rogers Hornsby. Where do you play best? Only second base. Really want Hank Greenberg in there too. Cal McVie, where can you play? You can play third. Yeah, I'm going to move you to third. And we're going to take Hank Greenberg. Next up, better load up on some pitching here because we have all positions covered. Who was I moving to DH? I was moving Hack Wilson. There we go. We have our starting lineup. Now let's fill in with some pitchers. Fred Hymick. No. Bruce, I don't like your control, but I'm going to take you. And let's go and take a utility infielder. Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie De La Cruz, future legend. Gorgo has been promoting him all year as the next best thing on the Cincinnati Reds. So I'm going to trust Gorgo's judgment and take him as a utility guy. Next up. All right. I think this is the last silver round. Bob Rush and Dave Burba. There we go. We got at least 5 starters. Next, whoa, we got one more silver round. Okay, Ken Forsch, got to take you. You're better than those other guys. And let's go. Let's just load up on pitching. Now, bronze. Here's my bench. Amos and Larry. I don't even look at the live cards unless it's like the last round of bronze or iron. Yes, Ellie was Floyd Robinson. Let's take you. And I really like this guy as a meta tournament bronze player. I've got him on my bronze team, on my cap bronze and my regular bronze. That's Jim Costantny. Really, really good pitcher. Look at that movement and control for a bronze pitcher. That is fantastic. How are we guys on the numbers on the tournaments? Can someone update me? How are we? Are we full yet? Billy Cox. All right. Catcher number 2. And yeah, 87 movement on a bronze pitcher. Let's do it. And 2 iron cards. What do I need for pitchers? I've got 9, 10, 11. I think that should be good. Good on the outfield, so I need some infielders. Red Cress. Well, who is going to be the last pick? I guess this guy can play a lot of positions. 11 out of 16. All right. If you are just entering the chat on this Monday morning, welcome. Moshi Moshi, one person from Japan. Welcome to the stream if you are here. I know a little bit of Japanese because I taught social studies for many, many years, and in the grade 7 curriculum was a Japan unit. So not only do I know a little bit of Japanese language, I also know a little bit of the geography and history of Japan. So whoever is watching from Japan, welcome to the stream. Good luck in your game tonight as Japan faces off against, who are they playing? Not Puerto Rico. Can't remember. Hey, Mr. Ree. Synchronicity. You used to teach 7th grade social studies. Yeah, in Canada, the theme up here in Alberta is culture in grade 7. So Japan is one unit, and Canadian culture is another unit. The Renaissance is another unit. So yeah, I enjoyed the Japan unit. I learned a lot about history and, you know, different religious components and some, about the cities, Tokyo and Kyoto, and yeah, like I said, a little bit of language. So I know moshi moshi is kind of the informal way of saying hello in Japanese. And domo arigato, which I learned from a stick song. All right, let's go and put together our lineup here. If you are just joining, we are in a perfect draft, ID number 466. Get involved, get entered, your chance to win 5 packs. If you do get involved as a late entry, make sure you put your name in the chat, because only those people that have put their name in the chat, just like Gorgo has done. I think he was the most recent one up here. There we are. So make sure you kind of identify that you have entered the tournament. Domada, nerd. Oh, okay, yeah. So some language from pop culture movies. PJ and the Hounds are in, so we got some more Hound competition. Excellent. All right, so let's construct my lineup here. Strategy. Knock all these down. Don't like walking guys. I've got a real good defense. I always draft for defense and power, so let's crank those up. And these up a little bit. Right, pitch count. Let's look at the stamina. You're all pretty good. Bob Rush and Busby, you can go a little bit more. So 99. Kind of my standard number in modern era. If they have a stamina over 100, then I usually go up a little bit more. Under 100, between 80 and 100, 85 and 100, I usually put a stamina of 99. John Hiller, my main closer, you're going to be a stopper, and I want you high leverage. Come in a key situation. Good. Cal, I don't want you pitching. I didn't draft you for your pitching. And hitting wise. I like that when OOTP puts all the proper players in. Look, all my starting lineup is in green. So based on contact, they've all got the right guys in. What about based on power? Ellie De La Cruz. Who's in third right now? Third is Cal McVie. Nope, not going to replace him. However, Ellie, you are going to come in every 4th game. Just because you have the ability, so I don't mind you coming in every 4th game. Giving Cal a rest. Versus right-handers, Floyd Robinson. Floyd, left fielder. What's the power situation? Yeah, I can't have you replacing Frank Howard. So Hack Wilson, you're going to move up to number 4. Jack Clark to number 3. Hornsby to 5. Yeah, top 3 power guys, 3, 4, and 5. And against the lefties, top 3 power guys, Wilson, Hornsby, Howard. Wilson, Hornsby, Howard. Cochran, a little bit higher because he is a perfect card. Speed-wise, I don't have a lot of speed. Bill North, lead off. Yes. We'll put you in the lead off. Okay, I think I like it. Greenberg Power, move you up a little bit. And Ellie, every 5th game on the other side. Cedarites, good to see you. You're back. Cedarites. The Casco Cedars and Cobra, you're in with, does that mean you're in, or does that mean just inviting people to get in the 466? I would assume that you are probably in with your Vulcan team. All right, let's submit that and let me know when we are full. And we can go and check back on that in just a little bit. 13 out of 16. So 3 more spots. If you're just coming into the stream today, guys, 3 more spots left. Go sign up for ID 466. Perfect draft. 16 team tournament. 5 packs on the line if you happen to win the tournament. We've got Bay Area. We've got the Casco Cedars, Cleveland playoff pushers, Doc Ellis, Finneytown Flames, one of the Hounds teams, the Fair, My Gladiator, Sleepy Hollow Horseman, Team Oklahoma, Cubs fan Steve Bunters, Vulcan Cobras, and the Woodmore Fighting Irish. So I know all of those are in the chat today. Good. So we need 3 more. Monday, kind of a slow day. Didn't fill it up as quickly as we usually do. One viewer from Colombia, a couple more from Europe tuning in. Good to see it. Welcome to the channel, guys. And we'll leave the tournament now. If I remember, I will try and promote it. If you guys notice that it fills up, please let me know. And again, at the end of the stream, even if you didn't enter the tournament, at the end of the stream, we will be drawn for 15 standard packs. One user will get 10, one user will get 5, and of course the winner of today's tournament will get the other 5. So 20 packs total. Going crazy on this week giving out packs. All right, let's get to the important things like the weather in Alberta. Look at that, guys. We are +2. +2 in Alberta. I've got a short sleeve shirt on. Yeah, +2. And we're getting up to +6 on Wednesday and Thursday, and then a little bit of snow on Friday and Saturday, but the days of minus double digits may be over in Alberta, Canada. Let's see what we're looking at all over the North American continent and Central America today. All right, let's look at the big cities in the U.S. here. Honolulu, 72 degrees. Miami's a little chilly today. Cubs fan Steve, you must have a sweater on today. It's 61 in Orlando. Wow. I think that's the coldest I've seen it in your area since I've been showing the weather. 61 degrees in Orlando. Yikes. Everywhere's cold in the U.S. today. You guys are undergoing a little bit of a cold snap. 54 in Houston, 51 in Kansas City. Vancouver, first Canadian scene. Oklahoma City, Wildcat Bandit, you're fairly cool as well, 47. Coldest place right now, Pond Inlet at -26 along with Eureka. And if you're new to the stream and you're going, Lap, where is Pond Inlet and Eureka? Well, here's the US, here's Canada. Way up here, way up here. You know, Santa Claus is somewhere up here, North Pole. Here's Eureka. coldest place in the Americas today. And Pond Inlet, I believe no, that's Resolute. Here's Pond Inlet, right here, right by the Baffin Bay. 2 coldest places in the Americas, minus 26. Yikes. Population? Oh, what's the population of? Well, this is definitely maybe a place that you should think about going this summer. Look at this. If we zoom in here, here's Eureka. They got a post office. So, you know, if you happen to get snowed in, you can still mail things out. Look at that. Look at the population of Eureka. They've got maybe like 4 or 5 buildings, and then they've got a lot of containers. So yeah, we're talking under 100. It's again mainly kind of a resource development area, but I'm sure there's a few people that live there. And Pond Inlet, the second coldest place. Let's go take a peek at them. Right on the coastline. I mean, great fishing if you're a fisherman or fisherwoman. Got the airport. So a little bigger population at Pond Inlet. We see a lot more residential, some churches. The old freezer. Okay. So wondering what's this place out in the middle of nowhere? The old freezer, a historical place. What else do we got? Got a northern store right next to their Canada Post. So there you go. This is their Walmart in Pond Inlet. You can get some fresh water. You got your basic pastas. And hey, Pond Inlet has a Tim Hortons. Look at that. At the northern store. There we go. If you ever find your way up north, northern Canada, which again has a lot of Inuit. The population is mainly Inuit, indigenous to that area of Canada. So you see the different language there. So very cool. I did not know. I learned something new every day about Canada. That Pond Inlet right next to the post office. Maybe it's part of the post office. All in one building. You get your milk, your craft dinner, your Tim Hortons, and mail your card to grandma. Right in one place. Multi-purpose. Eureka, go take a shower. Yeah, you might need to up there. You don't get attacked by polar bears. All right, next up. Again, want to give a big shout out to my subscribers, and the focus that I touched on last week and I want to finish up with today is Oklahoma City. I know, of course, Wildcat Bandit has been there. Have any of you been to Oklahoma City? Gorgo, have you been to Oklahoma City? Denbrew, Cubs fan Steve, any of you guys ever been to Oklahoma City? Seems like a very kind of Western kind of town. Of course, you got the Killer Bees with Bagwell, Biggio, and Bergman. You've got the Oklahoma Thunder. Used to be the Seattle Supersonics. Sorry, IBDB. Yes, the Seattle Supersonics. And of course, Ohio State University. Are they still in the March Madness? I don't know. Do they have a good basketball program there? Are they part of the final 16? Watched a little bit of that. Huge upsets. If anyone says they still have a perfect bracket, they are lying. They are lying. I don't think anyone picked the number 16 team over the number 1 team in the first round. Oklahoma State University. What did I say? Did I give it a different name? Yeah, that was nuts, wasn't it? The first round upset there, the number 16. And then they almost won yesterday as well. And of course, I'm a Gonzaga fan. Gonzaga's kind of close to Canada here, up in the Washington area. So I always cheer for them. and they did move on yesterday. I don't know if you saw the highlights of Gonzaga, but apparently the betting line was minus 4.5. And Gonzaga had, I think, a 6-point lead with 0.7 seconds left. 0.7 seconds left with a 6-point lead. And the other team, can't remember who they were, they threw the ball in, but they didn't touch it until it got past center court because there's 0.7 seconds left. The clock doesn't start till you touch the ball. So when it got over the center mark, no one's really paying attention because the game's over. It's a 6-point lead. The other player picks the ball up just outside the 3-point line and just tosses it at the basket, and it goes in. So Gonzaga wins, of course, but they only won by 3 points, not by 6. So those that, bet either victoriously or took a loss on it, that one freak play at the end of that game, that was wild. That was wild to see that. Of course, would not want to be on the losing end. You'd have some nightmares for a long time. They were heavy underdogs even in the play-in game. Yeah, that's right. The number 16 team always has that play-in game. So Wildcat Bandit from Oklahoma, and he big Texas, Houston Astros fan, Boston Red Sox fan at one time, at least some of the players. And when we kind of go into Oklahoma, as we did last week, go into Oklahoma City here a bit. A couple things that kind of stood out. They've got the Oklahoma City Zoo. Again, Wildcat, if you're in the chat, I don't know, how does this rank in terms of zoos across the United States? I know the San Diego Zoo obviously is a very big, famous zoo. But how about this one here? How would you rate your zoo in Oklahoma City? Of course, I'm an animal lover. I love animals, love going to zoos. Looks like you got some dinosaur. Oklahoma must be kind of a fossil area for dinosaurs. It's not a top zoo, but it's getting better. Cool. Yeah, so of course you got all the standard kind of zoo animals there. Like they've created some nice habitats for them. And even bald eagles. I've seen a few up here in Canada from time to time. Not many. And in Oklahoma, like you're further south there, I know when you get to, Phoenix and Nevada, the very dry areas, you have to worry. Like there's a lot, not worry, but you have lizards and you have salamanders and newts and scorpions and things like that. What is the kind of the insect reptile situation in Oklahoma? Are they very common? Is it something that, you see them in your house once in a while? Because you are a little further south. That's kind of typically where you start to see a lot of, the more venomous spiders and snakes and things like that. Yeah, very cool. Tranquil Farms is in the chat here. He is part of the tournament, the Cleveland playoff pushers. Well, you got to let us know. And same with those that just entered. Cobra and Tranquil Farms. Who were your perfect cards that you chose in the draft? Not really. Lots of copperheads and rattlesnakes. Yeah, we get rattlesnakes up here in Alberta too, in the Calgary, south of Calgary, Alberta. What else do we got going on here? So we've got more museums. We've got the First Americans Museum. So, of course, Aboriginal in Canada, Aboriginal people refer to First Nation, Métis, and Inuit. Maybe Aboriginal, I don't know the proper term in America, if they call them First Americans or just what the term might be. We use Aboriginal up here in Canada. Indigenous. Okay, so use the term Indigenous. So very cool museum. that celebrates the history of the indigenous people. A lot around the state, yeah. I haven't been to Oklahoma. I've been to Arizona, and that definitely is a big part of the Nevada and Arizona community, which of course would make sense. And we have areas like this up in Canada too. Even in my area, Edmonton, Alberta, we have a huge building dedicated to celebrate Aboriginals people in Canada. So very cool in Oklahoma City. What else did I have bookmarked here? Wildcat, have you and your wife been to the old Paris flea market? I'm not going to lie. I like flea markets. I like indoor bazaars and flea markets and trade shows. You know, anytime I can go and pick up, you know, some little cool piece of memorabilia. Maybe it's an action figure. Maybe it's a hockey card. Maybe it's a poster. Maybe it's an old baseball bat. Ogorigo. I took game 1. The Blue Jays beat the Finneytown Flames. All right, well, we will definitely go and check in at the bottom of the hour. See if you can come back in game number 2. Hey, Tranquil Farms. Yeah, flea markets are gold mines for cards. I remember back in the 90s and 80s, because I'm old, you would definitely find a lot of good values. I mean, even at a Goodwill, or in Canada, we have places called Value Village. You can go into these secondhand places, these flea markets, and you could back then find really good deals. Now, I think a lot of people are checking value because it's so easy to do. You go on, check eBay, you check the internet. It's tougher and tougher to find the really good deals. Even birds, budgies. Hey, I had a budgie when I was a kid. I always liked the blue ones. Very cool. And lots of hats. Lots of hats. I'm sure Wildcat Bandit must have an Oklahoma hat. Very cool. So much clothing. For those of you that, need some makeup, cell phone repair. I know a lot of big cities have these flea markets that you can go to, but it's always cool just to see how they differ from place to place. Some are indoor, some are outdoor. And then, of course, you've got Paycom Center. And there it is right there. Let's take a quick peek at Paycom Center. Oh, yeah, you got the monster truck stuff. Geez, you can fit like 6 or 7, and that's about it in there. Scooby-Doo. How about that, Wildcat? Have you been to the monster truck shows? Is that something that's up your alley? Check the OKC River Sports area. Okay, I will. Oh, Gorgo, I know you're up there in age with me. Were you a big Kiss fan in the 70s? Always wondering what they look like under their makeup. And there we go. Cleveland and Oklahoma City at Paycom Center. Negatory, not a Kiss fan. When I was a kid, I kind of grew out of it once I became a young adult. But yeah, as a kid, I always loved that. So Wildcat, where is the river sports area? Direct me on the map here. I'll stay still for a second here. So right now I'm at the I'm at the Greyhound bus station. I just arrived in Oklahoma City, Wildcat. Do I go north? Do I go south from the Greyhound? Do I get on the 235? And while we're kind of looking for this area, we do have a break coming up here, guys. So, of course, if you subscribe to the channel, you don't get the ads. We're just going to keep on talking here through the break as I try and find it east of the bus station. Okay. On the North Canadian River. All right, following the river. Hopefully it'll be marked for me. Have I gone too far? I'm at the landfill. I'm at the landfill, Wildcat. Do I still need to go east? Or am I even at the right river, the North Canadian River? And then it just kind of ends. So let's follow the river a little bit. Cherry Creek. Eagle Lake Park. Intersection I-40 and I-30, 135. Okay, so there's I-40. And what's the other one? 135. Oh, I-35. There we go. So 40 and 35. What? Let's go and let's just type it in. That might be easy. River Sports. River Sports. So must be the River Sports Adventure? Along the Oklahoma River? Maybe I was on the wrong river. There we go. That one there, River Sports Adventure. So if you're into, water activity, look at that. Got the rapids going there. I don't like heights. I am not a fan of heights, so I'm going to get past that picture there. Don't know what that is. Looks like maybe a water slide. Huge, long water slide. So if you are into water activities, absolutely, you can go and book a trip to Oklahoma City. I'm sure you could spend all day there. Little canoes. Go on your little, I don't know what they call those, wakeboards, surfboards. I'm not a water guy, so not really familiar with the terms for a lot of these little pieces of equipment that you use. What the heck is this? Is this bungee? I don't know. That guy's hanging off something. Maybe it's a bungee cord or something. Or do you walk up there? Oh no, look, is this like a rock wall except made of steel? You just put your safety harnesses on and you try and climb up the tower? Zip line. Oh. All right, well, you're along my line there. Cool stuff, but too old for it. Yeah, this would be you and I, Wildcat. You and I would be parked on these little blue chairs with our beverage of choice, watching all these other people partake in these activities. Yeah, very cool. Or watching the grandkids. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, they must have food centers and things like that, but for kids, yeah, for kids, it looks like they have a ton of activities there, and even open at night. Nice. All right. Well, any other place that you think is worthy of showing their Wildcat Bandit? Because I had a few places bookmarked. I showed some the other day. Brooktown Water Taxi, the museums, the flea market, got the golf course. Oh, the Cowboy Hall of Fame. I gotta see that. Cowboy Hall of Fame. Must be this one here. The National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum. Right off the I-44. Where is that anyway? That is, oh, that's in the north part. That's north of the zoo. Lincoln? I don't, is there a specific reference to Lincoln in Oklahoma? Of course, we've seen these before, the horse and buggies. Must be a lot of rodeos out there. And I know in my social studies curriculum in high school, we teach about American Cold War politics. So I know Ronald Reagan and his history and his Republican philosophy and the trickle-down economics. You know, as a Canadian, I know quite a bit about the history of Ronald Reagan simply because it was part of our Cold War unit. And I love teaching about the Cold War. You know, Stalin and the Berlin airlift and, you know, Cuban Missile Crisis and, you know, trickle-down economics and Reagan and Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall, or something to that effect. So there you go. If you love Western type of atmosphere, if you love Western music, if you love the old Wild West kind of atmosphere, definitely want to go to Oklahoma City and check out what they have to offer. Including the one and only, the Duke. I think that was his nickname, right? The Duke. He was a cowboy movie, Ronald Reagan. Yeah, he was an actor and did a cowboy role. But I always showed my students when I introduced Ronald Reagan, I would show them a clip from Bedtime with Bonzo. Bedtime with Bonzo. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you might want to check that out. Ronald Reagan, Bedtime with Bonzo. So yes, Oklahoma City has a lot to offer. You got the Boathouse District, which we talk about. And Wildcat Bandit mentioned that they're kind of in, I don't know if you call it Tornado Alley or just kind of they're in the path of a lot of tornadoes that go through the United States. Now, I'm not a scientist. I don't know the different scales of tornadoes. Like this shows F0 to F5 to EF1. What is considered like a bad tornado? Is it F5? Is that like the worst? Looks like it because that's where the most people were killed in this one here. So EF5. So F5 and EF5. Okay. So we got an F5 in 1999, and then we had an EF5 in 2013. So I'd imagine, Wildcat, you must have been living in the area for the 2013 one, around McLean or Cleveland. Changed to EF recently? Okay. So that's why the more modern dates. I gotcha. Yeah. So everything after basically 2010 is EF. So yeah, you must have been in the area for that EF5 that hit. Other than that, you've had a couple severe ones in the early 2000s. And then nothing really else that was significant other than 1930. Oh, you've been there. You've been here for over 50 years. Oh, okay. So you've been there basically since the 1970s. 50 years ago was the F3 that went through McLean, Oklahoma. 5 people were killed, 46 injured. Of course, you got the Oklahoma City Dodgers as we get back to baseball here a little bit. And Oklahoma City Dodgers, I remember watching them playing in Edmonton because they were part of the Pacific Coast League. And the Pacific Coast League, we had the Edmonton Trappers up here. So I don't remember them really well because they were the opposition. But yeah, they were part of the Pacific Coast League that included a lot of the Canadian teams. So I always loved AAA ball. If I had a AAA and a major league team in my community, I would go to the AAA a lot more. I would probably even buy season tickets, to be honest, because I just love AAA ball. Players that, are almost there, players that are working their butts off to get to that final level. So the Oklahoma City Dodgers, you get a chance to check them out. And something else that I thought was cool in Oklahoma City is the USA Baseball Hall of Fame complex. So if you play softball, USA Softball Hall of Fame complex. If you play softball, you probably get a kick out of going to some of the things here. And hey, they've got seniors discounts. Coming up next week, we've got the Red River Rivalry, University of Oklahoma versus Texas. Special Olympic in April. So softball, yeah, that must be really big in Oklahoma City for you guys to have the premier event to host these things. Thanks for stopping by, Wildcat. All right. So there's a little bit about on Route 66. And I do have to mention, because Wildcat said, your viewers might get a kick out of this. Every city has their personalities in media. And since I talk about the weather, he sent me this site about one of their interesting weathermen, David Payne out of Oklahoma, and some of the famous quotes from David Payne as he talks about, different activities there. Here's one here. There's debris falling, probably silverware. I don't want the wind, but I'm low on spoons, y'all. Making light of a potentially dangerous situation. So sometimes you got to inject a little bit of comedy. This one's shaping up to be a cinnamon roll. Brandon, I guess, is a storm chaser there in the Oklahoma area. If grandma's at the casino, you need to go get her. You have time. Yep, tornado talk in Oklahoma City. It's a great mall, great restaurants. Oh, anyway, back to the tornado. There you go. So the meteorologist from Oklahoma City, Mr. David Payne. Okay, guys, let's get back to some OOTP. In about 10 minutes or so, we're going to go and we're going to check out the game between myself and Gorgo in Diamond. But in the meantime, on the Twitter site, if you haven't seen this yet, this is what is coming up tonight. So excited, man. I can't wait. I literally can't wait to find out about the new Perfect Team for 24. So they're going to start off apparently with some talk introducing Paul Sporer, the new content creator for Perfect Team, a little bit about his philosophy moving forward, the loyalty reward information, which typically is free packs that you would get. So if you have bought previous versions of Perfect Team, you'll probably get some gold packs, diamond packs for your team when it comes out. And usually you have to sign up for Perfect Team within the first month. Because if you don't join Perfect Team until October, you probably won't get those loyalty packs. A revamped reward system. So new types or new hierarchy probably for rewards. A little bit more about BABIP, which a lot of people have really been curious about. How is Pitcher BABIP going to impact Perfect Team? Just something else for us to have to analyze and look into. Partnership previews. On a previous podcast between Mr. Sporer and Mr. Grisham, they talked about at least, I believe, 6 different partnerships that are going to be incorporated into Perfect Team this year. Of course, this year we had the Gehrig partnership. We had the partnership with Top Bunt. 6 of them apparently coming our way this year. Changes to ballparks. So right now we have on Sundays, we can change our ballpark factors. Maybe that's going to be different. Maybe they're going to allow us more changes to the ballpark that will impact gameplay. So right now it's kind of your contact versus left and righties, home runs versus left and righties, doubles, triples that seem to have the biggest impacts, but maybe they're going to give us some more things that we can kind of tweak. And then the last 3 are kind of up my alley. This is what I'm looking for. Looking forward to tournament changes and details on entry fee tournaments. We did get a tease from Marcus on his interview with Mr. Braun about everyone that wants to play in these will put in some perfect points. Maybe there'll be different levels, 1,000 perfect point tournament, 5,000 perfect point tournament, and the winner will get perfect points and a pack or something. I think were almost his exact words. So chances are that you're going to be able to enter these for some cool rewards. Perfect Team Live. Again, we've been teased a little bit. Perfect Team Live seems to be where you create lineups, almost like probably a FanDuel or a DraftKings kind of situation where on the games of the day, you pick your lineup. So if I want Vlad Guerrero Jr. in my lineup and he's playing against Baltimore, and I think he's going to have a good day that day, I put him into my lineup. And then you probably get points based on how many hits they have, how many home runs they have, and then they'll have a leaderboard, probably so for some prizes there. And thanks, Gorgo, for the update. We need one more person. One more. Someone go and enter tournament 466 in the perfect draft. We've got 15 of 16. One more for the perfect tournaments. So Luke, if you're not in, go get in. Put your team name in the chat for whoever gets that last position. Out of sync with the North American time zone. Yeah, I think we're 8 hours apart. It is 12:25 right now in Edmonton, Alberta. So I'm guessing 8:25 there. And I don't know if you guys have daylight savings times over there or not. Oh, your clocks haven't changed. Okay. So right now it's 6:25. Oh, okay. So you're only 6 hours ahead at this point. Oh, okay. And Rob Deere in Headlight says it looks like someone got that last tournament spot. Well, if they are not in the chat, they don't get the packs if they win. So if you are in the chat, oh, Luke is in with the Sheffield Blue Owls. That might have been the team that got in. Okay, good. Luke, you go draft your team if you haven't already. The last thing that they're going to talk about, and I think they're saving the topic that people are curious about the most. I mean, all these other things up here, those are great. Every year we get tweaks to reward systems and ballparks and partnerships, but I think the most intriguing thing is the PT Plus. And how is that going to impact playing the game? Is it going to be something that highly rewards people that spend money? Or is it going to be more cosmetic, where maybe you put some money into it and cosmetically you get, I don't know, different looking cards, or the ability to do something different with your ballpark, or, you know, something that is part of your identity in terms of a cosmetic change? Because if it's something that is going to reward people that spend a lot of money, I don't know how the community is going to take that. I think it might turn off a lot of the free-to-play players of Perfect Team, because right now you can compete as a free player. I'm a free player, and I was in Perfect Team last year. I think I can do okay. But if it's something new where, you know, it's going to take $500 to compete at the diamond or perfect level, that might leave a little bit of a bad taste in the mouth of a lot of current players right now. But we'll see. Like I said, it could just be something really cosmetic, where you pay a few bucks or a subscription fee and maybe get a few more packs, which I'm okay with that. Like, if you pay a little bit to get some more packs, it's an advantage for sure. But you can get packs from spamming tournaments. You can get packs from perfect drafts. You can get packs many ways, watching affiliates. So if you get a few extra packs from paying a little bit, I've got no problem with that. In fact, I might support that. AZ Axel in the house. Welcome, AZ. Yeah, we are just going through kind of tonight's schedule about what is going to be introduced, and so looking forward to this. A lot of you guys I've heard are looking forward to it. And again, the curiosity is really getting to a lot of people in terms of, what are we going to see? Because we're pumped. Like, we're fans of OOTP. We're fans of Perfect Team. So can't wait for Paul and the hype man, Dishnet, Rob, to come on tonight and to talk a little bit about what we can expect. Don't forget, again, that you can pre-order still. I got an email today saying pre-orders are still open for $41 Canadian, or about $36 American. You can get 10% off. You can get a gold pack for your Perfect Team, and you get to play the beta starting tomorrow. Beta starting tomorrow. Scoops, no, I think he wants to leave the limelight to the two guys coming on tonight. I think he wants the center of attention to be focused there. So yeah, we'll give it to Rob and Paul tonight as they go through Perfect Team. Yes, tomorrow, right? Tomorrow the beta comes out, and again, I doubt that you know any kind of time there, AZ, when the beta will be available, but it's only available if you buy the Fast Spring copy. If you're a Steam player, you cannot play the beta. You can wish list it, and then on Friday, when the official version is released, then you can get the game on Steam. But unfortunately, Steam does not have the ability, as far as I know, to allow beta access. So go get the Fast Spring copy, 10% off. So what if you're on Steam? Buy a second copy when it comes on sale around the All-Star break. And then you can, have 4 theme teams. Or you can gift out a copy. I know it used to be that when you bought the Fast Spring or the desktop version, it worked on 2 of your devices. You could use your key on 2 devices. I don't know if that's still the case, but it used to be. It used to be a thing for OOTP. And yes, the stream should be saved on YouTube. So typically the OOTP development team, when they're on Twitch, it's live, and then you can watch it on their video on demand, and they also put it up on their YouTube channel. There you go. Okay, so AZ confirmed what I thought was true. Fast Spring has 2 activations. So you can set up 24 on your desktop. And anything new in terms of Go, I know that's probably still something in development, but chances of Go coming out soon compared to late. Kind of talk that I've heard from you guys from the team is that it should be sooner than it was last year, is basically kind of in a nutshell. Yes, okay. I know how people like to meme on Discord about soon. So soon is the key word. So guys, go check that out. If you haven't, subscribe to OOTP24 or Perfect Team on Twitter, go do that. That's where all the latest updates will be coming. And they've got the regular account too, OOTP development. So yeah, check them out. Check out their website. Go order the game, 10% off. Or if you're a hockey fan, hey, bundle it together with Franchise Hockey Manager and save some extra money with the bundle. And of course, if you have a coupon code, use that coupon code. So that is the latest from OOTP Developments. Of course, you can sign up for their emails and get wonderful information. I got one today, again, reminding me how the pre-orders are still open. And you can go to their site. I think I still got it in my Nightbot here. There you go, OOTPdevelopments.com. And let's go there, OOTPdevelopments.com. And if you're a new player, if you're new to OOTP, well, this is your first place to visit. OOTPdevelopments.com. And if you scroll down, you can find out information about the current mobile version. You download it on the App Store, on Google Play, and at the very bottom, you can check out the forum. Ask me anything. AMAs all over the place about all versions of the game from the previous years to this year's, and OOTP4, they've got the thread ready to go for that one with general discussions. So if you're wondering about the new version of the game, go check out the OOTP forums. And if you want to chat with fellow community members, go check out the Discord. Come on in and podcast, usually once a week. Rich Grisham puts out a podcast interviewing some of the team members like Paul Sporer, like Matt Arnold, Will Bear, that he interviewed recently. That was on March the 9th. So probably going to have another podcast coming out, I would think, soon. Typically, they're about once every week or once every 10 days. And Gorigo says that there was an off day between our game 1 and game 2. All right. Well, we'll go and we'll check that out in a second. All right. Well, this happened recently. Monterre Don, a follower on the channel, sent me these screenshots and basically pointed out that his Alcantara pitched a perfect game. That's so cool that you can have all these milestone achievements. Pitched a perfect game in Perfect Team. And for that, in fact, was it 2 perfect games? Might have been 2. June 30th, no, 1 perfect game. So he got 5,000 perfect points for a great game. And then he got 10,000 perfect points for a perfect game. 9 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks, 16 strikeouts, 113 pitches. I have not had that happen with my team yet. I've had a no-hitter, but I've never had a perfect game. So 15,000 perfect points, that's a huge reward. And we'll see tonight if there's any changes to the reward system. Also, big shout out to Hulka Matt, who has been on my channel before, and he ripped 1,500 packs about a month ago to kind of commemorate the end of this version of the game. Well, with the cards that he accumulated from those 1,500 packs, he finally won his first trophy. Hulkamat finally won a silver trophy with his 1,500 pack rip. And these are the cards that made up that team. All perfect cards, all cards he was able to get from missions, from opening all those packs, or cards that he opened up. He opened up a Molina card on one of my streams. He opened up a Bruce Sutter card. So obviously, you know, the Eric Gagne, the Smoltz, the Maddox, the Johnson, he was able to complete those missions with the cards. And on his first mega pack ripping, he opened up the Plat 4 Jim Bunning card. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool that he saved all his packs from the very beginning. He didn't pay any attention to this account. He just accumulated them from affiliate streams, from missions, things like that. And that's what his end result ended up being. Pretty decent team. Congratulations to the Saber-Tooth Tigers for taking home Perfect Team yesterday and getting one of the final, I believe there's one more trophy left. I think this week, and I don't know if AZ has any information on that, but I think this week is the last physical trophy for Perfect Team 23. So it went down to 7 games, and the Waz Saber-Tooth Tigers were able to take it in 7. So congratulations to the Saber-Tooth Tigers. And, well, this happened. Let me tell you. I'm usually pretty low-key in Perfect Team. I'm pretty, take it or leave it. You have your roller coasters up and down. But I have to admit, I have probably been the most disappointed playing this game that I've been all year. And not because of the game, not because of, people or anything like that, but because of how my team did this week. I was in Perfect Team. It's the 3rd time I've been there. And here is the final standings. I finished at 82 and 80. And all I wanted to do was stay in there for one last week for a chance at that last trophy. This is why I was disappointed. 82 and 80. The team above me, FF Snails, was in my division. He finished 82 and 80. Sylvania Humidity finished at 80 and 82. Everett, 82 and 80. So I was the odd man out. And in Perfect League, 17 teams stay up and the other teams go down. One team doesn't make the playoffs, but they stay in Perfect League. So FF Snails, who had the same record as me, we were in the same division, and I look back and our season record was 7 and 7. I won 7, he won 7. So I don't know what the next tiebreaker is. Maybe it's I don't know. I don't know what this, I guess this is the differential, 84 and 78, what he should have been, what I should have been. I was plus 20 runs in differential. So I don't know, maybe it comes down to record within your division or run differential between the two teams that are tied. So Cobra, yeah. This division that Sylvania was in, I think it was the American League West. The top record was 80 and 82. So that's baseball. That's how the playoffs work, divisional wise. But it was disappointing that I was tied. We had an even record against each other, and I got demoted. So close to staying up. And what's kind of frustrating too is that the winner of Perfect League, where is my little picture here? I think I got rid of it. But the Waz Sabertooth Tigers, they won it all. And they had one more win than I did. So if I could have just made it, there's always that chance. So yeah, I have to say I was disappointed that I couldn't stay up there just one more week. I'm happy with the team. I'm ecstatic. Over 500 in Perfect League against some of these top managers. The New Orleans Crescents, they just won. That is Hamlet's team, and they won like 2 or 3 weeks ago, Perfect League. Taylor Swift, I've seen in the finals very recently. Yeah, it is a very competitive league. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams were within 3 games of staying up in Perfect League. So yeah, it is brutal. Like I said, it's just how baseball works and how the game works. But I would rather lose by 10 games than finish where I did, because it was tough. I even won 2 of the last 3 games of the season, and it just wasn't enough. FFS Snails lost his last 3 games of the season, so it allowed me to tie that team. But yeah, it just 3 teams had 82 wins, 1 had 80, and I was the odd man out, odd team out. My other leagues, well, in the theme team, we don't need to talk about this too much because no theme teams made the Final Four. And I'm sure EVC will talk about that, but none of the theme teams had a chance in the Diamond Theme Team League. California Halos, they won that league. They're not a theme team, but it's kind of cool to see 2 A's going up against each other. Congratulations to the Doc Ellis Day Trippers, who won Diamond, and they went up. Heath went up to Perfect. Didn't start off too well at 0-5, but looking at his division, it's kind of funny how synchronicity. The Halos, I just talked about, won the Theme Team League, and then they're 3-1 in Perfect so far with Heath. Newcastle William and Mary was a team in our Swarm tournament on Friday that I knocked out of the Swarm tournament that Mr. Audit went on and won. Or did he win? I think he won. Yeah, he won. So pretty cool to kind of see this synchronicity in these teams come up against each other again. And Ottawa, hey, well, they're from Canada. So go Heath. And if not, go Canada. And Heath's update is he is now 2-7. Hopefully things will get better. And Heath, I hope he can stick in Perfect Team. I hope he can win the whole thing. I don't know if anyone else in the chat is in Perfect League. If you are, let us know because we can cheer you on as well. I know Mr. Devil Dog was up with me in Perfect. I think he got demoted as well. So yeah, always like to hear where you guys are at. And my Blue Jays in Diamond. These are the unlikeliest of teams that should be in the Final Four. They don't have hardly any meta cards. They don't have any of the big names. They don't have the Cobb, the Gibson, the Satchel Paige, the Honus Wagner, the Hornsby. They don't have any of those guys. And they made the Final Four, losing out to the Vlad News Bears, who went on to win this Diamond League against the Breeze in 7 games. So happy with my Blue Jays for getting as far as they did. And we'll go check how they're doing against Gorgo real soon. So how do you get rid of the blues and losing out in Perfect like I did? Well, you open packs. So yeah, I grabbed my coffee after I found out I was eliminated and the Blue Jays were eliminated, and I decided I'm going to go open 10 packs. So I did, and this was about pack number 8, where I got a perfect and a gold card. And it wasn't Shane Baz. Sorry to disappoint you, Rob Deer in Headlights, but it ended up actually being Mel Ott, and the gold card was Mike Stanley. So that was a little bit of a happy moment for Laptop Hound yesterday, being able to open up a historical, kind of valuable. It's mid-tier in terms of value. I think going for around 50 or 60,000 perfect points, but it was so cool because if you've seen my YouTube channel where I have all my archives of all my Twitch streams, I've made tutorials, I've done videos right from April of last year, basically following my Rocky Mountain Gladiators. And it was kind of cool opening that pack yesterday because the player that I got, Mel Ott, he was the first big meta player that I got on my Rocky Mountain Gladiators. So that was kind of cool. Trying to look for the video here, but yeah, right back to, I think I did 60 episodes on the Gladiators before I started to do my Twitch streaming. So here's my first video. I've come a long way, and this is what you can expect on Friday. If you're playing Perfect Team for the first time, you will get starter packs and you will get loyalty packs if you've purchased previous games before. So notice I had a silver, 2 gold, a historical, and 2 diamond. I got these simply for purchasing and playing the game in 19, 20, 21, and 22. If this is the first year you're playing the game, you will just get the standard 1 gold plus a gold if you pre-order. So you'll start off with a couple extra packs that aren't the standard packs. So yeah, my very first episode that I put up on YouTube, when was this? This was back, it's been at the end of April, 10 months ago. And here I am recording my starter packs. And somewhere down here, what the pack cost was, it was 15,000 perfect points if you wanted a diamond pack. And who did I get for my 2 diamond cards? I got Logan Webb, was my first ever diamond card in Perfect Team 23. And my second one, I just like reminiscing. Second one was, where is it here? Logan Webb and, oh yeah, LeMahieu. And look at that. There it is. Top center part of the screen, Mel Ott. The 96 Mel Ott. So I had to laugh to myself yesterday, drowning my sorrows of not staying in perfect, that I opened up the second version of Mel Ott. IBDB. I hope I take on those fair today in the tournament. All right, I'm going to transition over here, guys. So let me remove that screen there, and we will go and take a look at where we're at. All right, so let me quick spam a cup. I'm still in the daily high noon. Well, look at that. Let me spam a couple irons here. I like getting in when there's 30 or 31 because that means it's going to start real quick. Well, let me just check in. Are any of you guys still in the daily high noon? Welcome to the channel. Thank you to the 2 recent followers. We've got Psykill 2021 and Boiler Nemo. I hope you're not a Purdue Boilermaker fan because boy, did they have it rough in the March Madness tournament. So thank you for the followers, Boiler and Psykill 2021. Welcome to the stream. We've got viewers now from Norway, a viewer from Switzerland, one from Germany, one from Japan, and of course we've got 3 from the UK and a few Canadians and Americans. USA, USA. And congratulations, by the way, USA. Congratulations. You just destroyed Cuba in the semifinals yesterday. So it looks like you're going to go up probably against Japan. I'm thinking Japan wins today's game. A Japanese-American final tomorrow, I think it goes. First day of spring. So congratulations. You guys had it tough. That Trey Turner Grand Slam to get you into the semifinals. This one's for you. USA, USA, USA. Yeah. See, I treat you American neighbors well. Come up for a Timmy sometime. Double. We'll go skidooing, and we'll take a little trip up to Eureka, and maybe we'll catch some toques, and we'll put on our parkas, and we'll go ice fishing, and we'll stop by our neighbors and check out their igloo and check out the neat, cool little ice sculptures that they have in their backyard. Yeah, feel free. Come up to Canada. Okay, let's check out this tournament. This is the high noon tournament. What we got going on? Oh, we're only in the second round. Yeah, these take forever. This is like a 6-hour tournament. All right, so yeah, we got a long way to go in that tournament there. We are tied 1-1 with the Brooklyn Chargers. Dreammaker and the Brooklyn Chargers. Oh yeah, I do. When I go over to the, oh, thank you guys for buying my 25 Perfect Point live cards. Yeah, that's another downer for me. Axel, is Canada was in the division with USA and Mexico, and I just thought maybe we could pull out a victory against Mexico. I knew we wouldn't beat the USA. And then yeah, America. I didn't think America would beat Venezuela. I'm going to be honest. I thought Venezuela were going to take them. I thought they might have had the better team. So that'll be cool. That if it is a Japan-USA final, that I don't know how that one will go. I would think low scoring, maybe. All right, here we are in our tournament today. And again, thank you to OOTP for generously allowing me to give packs away to tournaments that I organized during stream. So we are into our second game pretty quick here. We have Gorgo's Finneytown Flames going up against T. Jerry's Woolly Boys. And they're up 1-0. The Woodmore Fighting Amish. Mr. Rees Fighting Amish are 1 game up on Luke's Sheffield Blue Owls. These are best of 5, remember, so not a lot of room for error here. IBDB and the Puyallup Fair are up 1 game on the Hasselberry Hounds. Kratos and his hounds. Monterre Dawn, Bay Area Legacies are down 1 game to Cobra and his Vulcan team. On the other side, Cedarites, 1 game down to the Sleepy Hollow Horsemen. We've got Doc Ellis going up against Wildcat Bandit, and Heath has a 1 game lead there. I am playing the Playoff Pushers, Swingmen, and the Playoff Pushers, and I've taken game 1. And then Cubs fan Steve, playing the China Grove Samurai in the last round 1 matchup. All right, so good luck. We'll check in towards the end of the stream, see how that's going. And again, whoever wins the tournament, simply what I'm going to do is, if it happens to be the Bunters, I will submit the name that shows with your profile. So I would put Cubs fan 1984, and that's where the 5 packs will go to. So good luck to the teams entered. We'll be doing another one tomorrow. So tomorrow, make sure you leave a tournament spot empty. I will be on around 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll do the tournament from the beginning. So get involved. If you missed out today, we'll be doing another one tomorrow. All right, let's check out the top players for each team quickly. Monterre Don has Pedro, Williams, Maddox, Hamels, Votto, and Messersmith. 3 really strong pitchers. So he is kind of going all in terms of pitching. Cedarites, Reardon, Ripken, Ramirez, he likes his R's. Hoy, Williams, Johnson. So he's going for a lot of, he's got a mixture of contact, eye, and power. China Grove, Beach, Breachin, Willie Wells, Charlie Gehringer, Dwight Gooden. So he's got some Platt cards. He's got the Heine Platt. He's got the Dwight Gooden Platt. I love Willie Wells. Great shortstop. Cleveland. Great third baseman, Brett and Cobb. Very well done, Cleveland. That's who I'm playing right now, I think. Cobb, Brett. Am I going up against Cobb and Brett? Yes, I am. Ooh. Willie Stargell, Don Mattingly. I don't think I'm going to sweep that one. Heath, Ty Cobb, and Roger Hornsby. And then he's got some great defense with Concepcion. He's got Platt 4, Bobby Wallace. So he's got defense at third and short. Skip Lockwood. And went with a Platt 4 catcher, or a top bunt catcher, Sean Murphy. Gorgo's Flames, he went with the Turkey. Turkey and Ted. Carew, Seaver, Manoa, Murray, Foster. The Hounds, Pete Rose, Rube Waddell, great lefty pitcher. Piazza, Wright, Lackey, and Ruther. The Fair, Hornsby and Newhouser, another great lefty pitcher. Mattingly, Gibson. So a lot of pitchers. Candelaria. There we go. One of the best gold pitchers in the game this year. One of the best. So a lot of pitching. 1, 2, 3, 4 pitchers in your top 6. Next, we've got Sheffield. Luke's Sheffield Blue Owls. For the meme, the Blue Owls select Vida Blue. Houston, oh yeah, he went pitching. 4 pitchers in the top 5. Sleepy Hollow, Hornsby, Votto, Carew, Tiant, Lyons, Hoffman, and so on. Collins, Delahanty, good too for Mr. Oklahoma City, Wildcat Bandit. Cubs fan Steve, Bond, Williams, Granderson. Cobra, Rob Dibble and Max Fried. Interesting. Dibble and Fried. Got Cy Young. Got the gold Cy Young there too. Oh, I'm playing Tranquil Farms? Ooh. Streamer against streamer. There you go, Tranquil. I'm wearing your uniform today. Lap versus Tranquil Farms. And the sim has come in. And it is now 1-1. All right. Got the beanie on. Ready to rock and roll. Now come down to a best of 3. In the other matchups, Mr. Ree has a stronghold on Luke, and Gorgo is up 2-0. And Cubs fan Steve up 2-0 in that matchup. So let me check out Tranquil Farms. I beat you game 1 5-3, and then you came back in game 2 and you won 7-6 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Bottom of the 9th. A triple by Bill Keister, and then Ty Cobb with the error at the plate, scoring Mr. Bill Keister. Oh, that's a classic. Ty Cobb batting double zeros for Heath. So we are on a break right here. So the break has just ended. Welcome back from the break. We're just looking at today's tournament. And again, I am playing Tranquil Farms and got the Tranquil Farms beanie that he sent me for participating in one of his streams one day. So Tranquil Farms got on the beanie today as I go up against you, and we are currently tied 1-1 right now. So we'll see how that plays out. And the day trippers just informed me that their Ty Cobb, after 2 games, is hitless. Hitless. 5 at-bats, 3 walks, but hitless out of Ty Cobb. How about Tranquil Farms and his Ty Cobb? The playoff pushers. Let's see if that Ty Cobb's doing any better. Well, 10 at-bats, 3 hits, 1 triple, 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. Yep. Looks like, Heath, you didn't get the good round 1 Ty Cobb. So there we go. We will come back to that in just a little bit. Looks like only 3 series have someone ready to clinch. Your great pitching. Well, we got to check Wildcat Bandits pitching now. Oh, yeah, you do have Zach Wheeler. He took the loss, but he 216. Marbury got you the win, 6-1. So you guys are tied up at 1. Interesting little rivalry. Yeah, yours is defective. Your Ty Cobb is defective. All right, we are going to transition over, guys. I'm going to go over to my Jim Unknown Blue Jays, and we're going to go check in on the game that currently I have played against Gorgo. We'll check that out. I'm going to be honest, Mr. Ree. When I saw that name, it's like, whoa, I didn't recognize that name. Furpo. Furpo. Yes, the world needs more people named Furpo. Again, good to have you guys here on a Monday. And are you pumped? Are you excited? Tonight, we are, what are we? We're 8, no, not 8. We're 6 hours away from the Perfect Team release stream. Paul Sporer, Rod Tomlinson, the Hype Man, on tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Find out everything you want to find out about Perfect Team. All right, well, I like to do this for fun once in a while. Let's go into the last game that was played between Gorgo and myself on home field, the Jim Unknown Blue Jays up against the Finneytown Flames. We've got our binoculars out because we're old and we can't see all the way down the field. He's got Sandy Koufax. I've got Tris Speaker. Look at those Finneytown Flame uniforms. I don't think I've ever seen them before. Whoa. Speaking of glasses, I might need some sunglasses for those ones. All right, I've taken the lead into the second inning. Hank Greenberg up for the Finneytown Flames, and he goes down swinging, strikeout, and put out at second base. Yogi Berra guns him down. All right, Gorgo in the top of the third. Runners on the corner, one away. Tris Speaker at the plate. Pud Galvin delivers the pitch, and Speaker deep to left field. That is caught on the warning track, but it will score the tying run. Finneytown won. Jim Unknown Blue Jays won. We head to the bottom of the third. 2 on, 2 out. Mark McGuire up against Koufax. Oh, the ball gets away from the catcher, and the runners advance. We've got runners at second and third. Wagner, Speaker, McGuire. 2 out. Full count. And he takes the pitch. Mark was going to swing on that one. I can't wait for the new animations too. That is going to be so cool when you stream a game like this and you've got all these better 3D animations. I know Marcus was talking about that too. If you haven't caught that YouTube broadcast, go check it out between Braun and Marcus last week. Marcus, I think, is a big franchise player. He likes the franchise part of the game. What a catch by the third baseman with the bases loaded. 1-1, top of 4. Mickey Cochran. Can he bring home Yaz? And he does. He bloops one into left field. Yastrzemski scores, and Gorgo's Flames go up 2-1. We go to the 5th inning. Pud Galvin still in the game. Every team needs a Pud. Pop Lloyd at the plate. And there we go. Pop Lloyd delivers. He still has some game in him, and here comes the runner from second, easily going to score. And the Finneytown Flames take a 3-1 lead, and they're not done yet. Yastrzemski delivers a single up the middle. Here comes Pop Lloyd from second base. He will score, and it is 4-1. Finally, I get to bat. Thank you, OOTP, for allowing me to bat. It's been all Flames so far. Koufax against Wagner. McCovey at first. And that is deep to right field. Get out the chili, Gorgo, because the Jim Unknown Blue Jays are coming over for dinner. We get a 2-run bomb, and Wagner makes it a 4-3 game. Willie Wells at the plate. Oh, is that this one here that I'm showing? No spoilers, Gorgo, no spoilers. Maybe this is game 3. Yogi Berra, Willie Wells. Berra takes the pitch, and Willie Wells is gunned down by Gorgo's Mickey Cochran. All right, we go to bottom of 7. McCovey bloops one into left field. We've got a runner on with nobody out. Oscar Charleston at the plate. Puts down the bunt, and he's going to not beat it out, but he will move the runner to second. 1 out, 1 on. Wagner versus Fingers. Wagging the fingers. There we go. And Wagner puts one onto the warning track, hits the wall, and we have runner on third. Tris Speaker at the plate. Can he bring home the tying run? He does. He sprays one into left field, and we have a 4-4 game. And I think I know what the outcome is. We'll see. We'll see. 8th inning, and a runner on for the Jim Unknown Blue Jays. That one is smacked, but right at the left fielder. Nothing can be done there. Well, I think we're just going to jump ahead because this might be the 10-inning game. Bottom of 9, 4-4. Top of 10. Let's play it out. Brooks Robinson at the plate. He strikes out. Pop Lloyd. Somewhere here we must see Gorgo score a run. Pop Lloyd with a single to left field. Carl Yastrzemski strikes out. So it must be Hank Greenberg that delivers the go-ahead run here. And he does. It gets by the second baseman. Pop Lloyd will come in to score. And the Finneytown Flames are going to take this game 5-4 in extra innings. All right. So that is game 2. Let's look at the schedule. I won game 1 8-4. Gorgo wins game 2 5-4. So the deciding game coming up in about 15 minutes. And the Jays are starting the year at 3-5. Same with Gorgo's Finneytown Flames. Gorgo, next game is key. Next game is key, buddy. One of us gets out of the basement after the next game. And looks like my Rocky Mountain Gladiators are in the same division. Let's check that out. Where are they? Or same league. Yeah, we're in the West. We are kind of taking it out for not staying up and perfect. We're simply 9-1 right now. We're 9-1 after being relegated back down to Diamond. Or are we here? Are we in the Central? No. West. There we are. Yeah, I like it. 9-1. All right, so let me. I decided to enter it because it wasn't full and it was like Thursday morning or something and there were still a few spots left. So I figured, yeah, I'm going to enter the Friday showdown. And of course, this wasn't a week that Dish was streaming it. So he's done streaming all the OOTP23 content. Or I do. Audio should be good. Yeah, I was silent for a second as I was looking for this tournament to load up. So, yeah, wasn't a Charlie Chaplin moment, but it is a coffee moment. Hazelnut. Vanilla flavoring. So, this happened. I entered this tournament on Friday, didn't check it, because when I do enter them, I don't do well in these because they're one-game knockouts. And lo and behold, when I woke up the next morning, I noticed I had a choice pack on this team. I'm like, oh, I must have did okay in a tournament. So I went through every tournament, didn't win. And then I said, well, what about that TWIPT tournament on Friday night? Maybe I finished like 8th or something and got a choice pack there. And of course, these big tournaments, they take a long time to load. But as you can see at the bottom, Lights Camera Action won the Friday TWIP tournament. 256 teams. 256 teams. And Lights Camera Action, somehow, some way, some magic happened. And we went undefeated until the finals, and we lost game 1 and won the next 2 because the finals is best of 3. I have never, ever come close to winning this tournament here. And of course, it's the week that DishNet doesn't stream it. Of course. I lose out on Perfect Team by minuscule, and now I win this, and no one knows. Well, except you guys know. So yeah, I was excited to find out that. I haven't opened up the choice pack yet. I was going to do that on stream. We may or may not have time to do that. But there it is, yeah. Lights, Camera, Action. 256 logos there. And we're able to take it. So I'm not going to lie. It would have been fun. It would have been nice hearing my team being called by DishNet, ball go far kind of thing. And in terms of the finals, game 1, I lost 3-0. Game 2, I scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th. Wow, talk about backs up against the wall. 2 in the bottom of the 9th to stay alive. And then in the final game, 10-8. So it was cool waking up on Saturday and going through finding which tournament. I can't find any tournaments that I did well in. It can't be TWIPT. Of course it can't be TWIPT. I never do well in those. I hardly enter them. And there we go. We got the choice pack. All right, so I am going to go take a look at that choice pack with you guys right now. Then we're going to very quickly go back and look at the tournament and how that's going. And then we're going to do the draw. 15 packs. One of you will win 10 packs. One of you will win 5 packs. So stick around. Thank you again, Cycle 2021 and Boiler Nemo for the follows today. Tomorrow, guys, I am ripping packs. Get your emotes ready because I'm going to rip about 300 packs tomorrow. Because this game's almost done for this version. Unless I get access to the beta in the morning. If we have morning beta access, we'll be streaming that. But if we don't, because sometimes there's a long queue, last year people were not getting it until late afternoon, evening, because of the lineup for it to queue into your computer. So expect maybe a little bit of a wait to get access to your beta game. Oh, look at that. One perfect pack. There we go. So the choice pack for winning TWIPT apparently is only 6 cards. 256 teams and 6 cards. Clift, good player. He's worth about 130. Rube, worth about 130. Schoolboy, worth about 140, so worth a little bit more. And I'm not going to make a decision today because I have to find out if any of these players were in movies or TV, so I can use them on my team because no one really has any high buy orders. Kurt Simmons, I've already done that mission though. Craig Kimbrell. So yeah, all of these cards are worth over 100,000 perfect points. So I've got to do some research and find out whether or not I can use them. I don't know. Was Steve Strasburg in any movies or TV? So there we go. I was curious what the choice pack was for winning Twipped. And that's what it is there. At least 6 of my choices I could have got. All right, let's go and check one more time on the tournament. Happy Monday again to everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Again, we're living in strange times, that's for sure, with situations with banking and situations with politics in Canada and the US, in Europe. And they've denied me access to my account. Nope. I like how iRock he's got it kind of coded in, so he like puts one key and it just puts in his username and password very quickly. All right, let's check in on the tournament here. Congratulations to Gorgo's Finneytown Flames, winning round 1 in a convincing 3-0 against the Woolly Boys. Also, congrats to the Fighting Amish, to Mr. Ree for winning 3-1 against Luke's Sheffield Blue Owls. The Fair and the Hounds are going to a Game 5. We're going to have 72 rated Al Hollingsworth going up against the Hounds 78 Al Brazel. Looks like a pretty even matchup. Could go either way. Monterre Don and his Bay Area Legacies took round 1 3-1 over the Cobra or Vulcan Cobras. Congrats to Cedarites. Cedarites took the series 3-1 over the Horsemen. Congrats to Wildcat Bandit, feature of today's episode. Team Oklahoma, TTC, taking the series 3-1 over Heath and the Day Trippers. Sorry, Tranquil Farms. Sorry. Took it from you. 3-1, winning Game 4. 2-1. You scored 1 in the 9th, but it wasn't quite enough. So the Gladiators will move on, and Cubs fan Steve with the sweep, taking out China Grove 10-6, 6-1, and 4-3. So there you have our tournament tree, waiting just on one game. Only one series is going 5. And Fanatic Hornsby hitting 188. Well, like Heath mentioned earlier, his Ty Cobb hit 214. So yeah, when your Ty Cobb hits 214, you're probably not going to go far. So there we have it. Thank you guys again for watching. We are going to set up the contest in just a second here. I'm going to leave that game for now, and we'll go back to our main screen as we end off the show today. I bring back Mel Ott, who I got in a perfect pack. And tomorrow we will also be doing the last game of the round of 16, our own little kind of March Madness, where we take some of the best teams in history and we face them off against each other. And tomorrow it will be the 1995 Blue Jays up against the 1967 Mets. They're the only 2 teams left on the wheel to get down to our final 8. So we will play that tomorrow. Let's go and get our contest ready. One of you will win 10 packs, and then the second name I draw will be for 5 standard packs. So let me just set it up. Sure I got the right description and everything. Thanks again to Wildcat Bandit for allowing me to feature him and his wonderful city of Oklahoma City on today's show and one of the streams last week. And thank you again to Wildcat and all of you, whether you're a follower here or whether you're a subscriber. Thank you so much for helping me try and create an entertaining stream for you guys 3 days a week. I look forward to Perfect Team 24 and the beta that will be coming out at some point tomorrow if you've pre-ordered it. Game 5. Oh, sorry, IBDB. The Hounds beat you 6-5 in the final game as they score 2 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th to take that game from you. But hey, you still won your 5 packs through our contest today. So congratulations to all the winners. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I'm going to go set up the raid to Mr. EVC and NYC. So go give him some love. We'll see you tomorrow about 1 p.m. Eastern. Have a wonderful day.